makeshift homes made mostly out of tents. Why are they here and we're not? Everyone comes into this world the same way. If this question was answered, maybe we could solve the problem of homelessness. Some people ask, why don't they just get jobs? The question isn't why not. The question is why. These are their stories. How come these people are here?
When the recession hit, I lost my job because it hit the construction and the real estate market pretty bad. So I didn't lose it right away, but it started dwindling. I lost my job and lost my car and all that, and I ended up here.
I worked for 35 years in the textile industry as a designer. But I kind of thought I'd be lucky because I really did do very well. And I did very well up until the end when I lost my job.
Well, I came from prison, and when I got out of prison, I tried to get help, and I couldn't get no help. I did my time in prison, I'm doing my time on the streets. I can't get no help to 2015. I've been out since '02. So I get nothing, you know, so I can't get a job. I work, they let me work for 2 weeks. When they find out I'm a felony, they kick me out. Even though I tell them I'm a felony, they'll let me work for 2 or 3 weeks and they kick me out.
This camp is 5 years old. There was a fellow by the name of Richie Mazzella. He was living in a camp that was about 3 miles down the road in back of one of the industrial park buildings. He asked me one day, he said, Minister Steve, is there any way that I can be moved closer to town? And so I said I'd look around for him and see if I could find a place. So I started looking around the woods. And then a couple months later, the second person to be moved into the camp was a fellow by the name of Herman Winkleman. He was a multi-millionaire at one time. He lost everything, and in doing that, he lost his mental grip. He lost his grip on reality. He was the second person to be moved into a tent city. He moved into a tent in Tent City.
I made a little over $100,000 a year. Even though I was bringing him in all his accounts, he fired me because he couldn't afford to pay all them and then me too. We had talked about it, my husband and I, and we'd spoken with our daughter who rents a small house in Queens with 3 kids and a husband. And then there was one of those big family blow-ups where all the unforgivable things are said, and I couldn't live there anymore. I just couldn't. I had heard about tent camps, so I read up about it and I called Steve and he said yes, he had room. This was early April. We've been here about 1 year and 7 months now.
This camp soon became the largest camp in the area. And
Wow.
so, yeah, a lot of the other camps now have moved into this camp. And so we have about 70 individuals here now. It's about 25% women and the rest men, of course, and but it's a very racially diverse community.
I mean, I want to get out, but I can't get out because I get no help. So I get no food stamps, I get nothing. They can't get jobs that have felonies and stuff. I mean, you know, damn, I gotta do a job. We gotta pay the price twice. Come on, you know, that's like double jeopardy, isn't it? Give us a place to live, you know, not no that shelter mess, because that don't work. I've been in one in Atlantic City. It's not good. It's all right here, put it that way. I like it.
It's better than a shelter, I think, a public shelter, because in shelters you got scheduled times you have to leave, you got to take all your property. Over here you have, like, it's a smaller type shelter environment which promotes, I think, you know, you getting ready for the outside world in a progressive way. You know, it gives you a sense of ownership, gives you a sense of pride, and you know, you want to do better. It gives you a place to establish yourself and regroup and, you know, move on.
We bought a tent, read up on stuff. Well, really, there aren't that many downsides. We like it very much. We feel really, really, really lucky to be here.
Our visit to Tent City wasn't what we expected. What we expected were poor, unfortunate people, but what we saw were soldiers coming together as a community to help each other in their time of need. We are obliged to help our fellow man. What will you do? To all the residents of Tent City who helped to make this project come alive.